Welcome to another episode, Big Motion, with Unk and Big Smoker. You dig?
Right
Today
on.
we gonna tap in, man. Man, what we done cooked up something special, bro. We speaking to artists, signing with labels. We always speaking of the 360 deal. We gonna speak on the Pooh Shiesty situation, the Lil Wayne situation, just the culture period. Tap in or hear about it on the back end, you dig? Hey, it's Big Motion move. You dig? We were speaking there to Big Mitch, man. You know, we hear all the time our artists get into these label meetings, and you know these labels, you know, throw pictures to them. You have their posters that have their music playing, everybody bobbing their head, you know, trying to get an artist to sign. And they say each time a lot of 90% of the cats in the game that had the experience of the 360 deal. But with my understanding, I understand it to be that you get what you negotiate. You were speaking earlier, a lot of times, that's not the situation. Maybe elaborate on that.
Well, like when you have artists, especially new artists, that's coming to the label, and even if the label has an interest in them, the labels are always going to want to have the upper hand.
Absolutely.
You know, if you negotiating anything, you've already done some things in the game. You can go and say, hey, you know, I would like this, I would like that, you know, because you have leverage. You know, you have, you know, music out there, and the company has, you know, they've seen that you can sell records.
Absolutely. On
a bigger scale. They put the machine behind it.
Resources.
Yes. So an artist, especially a new artist, don't have that type of leverage.
Right.
So like you were saying, they're just going to have to get what they get from the record label. Now, you can look at your contract and see if you're being messed over. You know, it's different, you know, you being messed over than them giving you what you deserve.
Right. Or you feel you deserve.
Or you feel you deserve.
Right.
They may do that for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that is a bank. I think I said that in the first episode. The record company is a bank, so they're going to want money off of their investment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a new artist can't walk in the record label and say, I want this and I want that. I want this, and they're gonna laugh at you because you ain't. First of all, you ain't put in no real work. They got to see what they getting first.
And it's hard to get in these rooms.
Oh, very hard, very hard. You got to,
especially with no history.
You got to know somebody.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes me to relationships with being a goddamn lot, bro. You know what I mean? Nowadays we treat relationships like it ain't nothing. You dig what I'm saying? We speak to CEOs a certain way when we don't feel happy about certain terms. I mean, we'll just go live on these particular labels and figure that, you know, we can't get blackballed or our fan base is too strong. Not understanding that the power they have.
Right.
I mean, you dig what I'm saying?
Well, they the ones that gave you the money.
Absolutely.
You know, you got
to,
you know, that's your boss. You know, you're born in work.
Period.
Yeah.
Like it's an everyday job.
It's a job.
It's a damn job.
You know what I'm saying? And the bank then gave you some money to do a job.
Absolutely, and they expect it.
And they expect you to be on time because time is money.
Absolutely, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They want you to be professional, but now they also know that a lot of these cats aren't professional. And they don't want professional cats. They want cats that they can manipulate and get over on.
And see, that's really the thing I wanted to speak on, because we always speak on how, you know, labels got, you know what I'm saying, everybody got bad contracts. Bro, it's standard contracts if you don't have history and leverage. Yes, they're going to throw that to you. Because at the same time, you know, they got to look at their P&L. You dig what I'm saying? And if it's more losses than profit, hey, bro, I mean,
they're going to cut their losses.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to scale back until they eventually drop you.
Yeah, they will shelve you. They will shelve you.
This is a business, bro.
You know, and that's all it is. See, you know, cats get it twisted. You know, like Brother Finesse was saying. You know, he was looking at the loyalty part of it. This, you know, no. This is business. Now, when it comes to a clique of people that work good together, say for instance, you and I. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is already there because we've been knowing each other for a very long time. And we've never bought anybody that was questionable in all circumstances.
Sure enough.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Southside, good brother, doing great things.
Yeah,
but see, this is how God put things together. Now, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that it takes time for some things to start moving. See, with the machine, they can come in and say, you do this, you do that, you do this. And you got to do it.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, about now we're our own bosses. So we talk amongst ourselves and make things happen.
Right.
The label makes things happen when you're signed to a label.
Now, the thing about that is another part I want to speak on, because I guess people not understanding at the same time, this is a business that costs money to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You dig? So I understand the era in the example that Nip made for us. And it was a great example. Not fit for everybody.
It's not.
Because if you don't have the money again, you got to get the money from somewhere to get it out there to be heard.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
The thing is, then I looked at, well, if all the deals are shady, why is everybody still signing?
Well, that's not really a hard question to answer, because a lot of the labels are creating the artists themselves. And then you have these shows. You create
yourself.
You have these shows on TV.
Right.
What's the name of the show where they go on and sing and they be going against each other? I know Versus. America's Got Talent. No, Versus. That's not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about when these people, they try out for these shows.
Oh, okay. You know, like making a band.
Yeah, these type of things like that. They're creating artists like that. They can take people, like we was talking about 6ix9ine. He was working in a bodega. You know what I'm saying? And they looked at him and you say, well, they can make him into an artist. He wasn't no rapper. You understand what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That's what these record companies are doing now. Right. They're making the artists.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're creating the artists from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they always have the upper hand.
Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor.
Yeah, you were speaking on Motown, man. You know, that was a great example for the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I remember Barry Gordy had said, you know, if everything was in-house, I mean, you dig what I'm saying? The artist development, the beats, the writing, all that.
Assembly line.
That's what a win at, man. That kind of remind me of y'all, bro. Where everything was in-house, bro.
Oh, you talking about it?
Y'all was able to do all your own work.
With the DMI thing?
Oh, man, bro. And then even with y'all bringing people with the instruments into the music, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yeah, that was all.
Everything in-house.
Yeah, that was all Chad, man. That was just a genius move with him, you know.
Just think about the budget y'all have been spending, bro.
Oh, yeah.
50,000 a beat.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff.
And, you know, that's why, you know, back then, producers, if you was a co-producer, you was making some steady bread.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You can be a producer now and make steady bread a lot of ways, but they did it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? They did it the hard way. Hey, this artist like my beats. He can rap his ass off on my beats. I'm finna get paid. Easy Mo B. Nice Wonder. These cats. Kanye.
For sure.
These
Jay
cats.
Dilla.
Yeah. Oh man.
Jay Dilla.
Rest easy, Jay Dilla. Yeah, that was a bad day. They did you in, son. They did you in. But
no, what I was speaking on is just having everything in house. Because most of the things that you're being charged for, when it comes to these labels, you can have right there at the spot one of your homies that make the beats, a homie that shoot the videos. Hell, y'all had Boomtown, dig what I'm saying? Hell, Chad made the beats, you know what I'm saying? You as well as others, y'all had the writing down.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? When you got people have to pay for ghostwriters, pay for beats, pay for studio time, pay for the production part. You dig what I'm saying? I know that had to be a soothing thing just to have everything right there.
Well,
y'all did.
That was a plus because, at that point everybody was playing they role. Everybody had things to do, and because Chad and I was in choir and he was in band, we already knew what we was hearing in our head. So if the samples gonna hit us across the head, we're clearing them. Then just get some musicians to play what you hear on the album. You know what I'm saying? And let them play the whole song. And then just sample what you want. I mean, a lot of great artists know this already. I'm not really giving up a secret out. I kind of feel like I am in a way. But this is how we got around that, and you pay the musicians well from the budget that you get from the record company. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That way you can get top musicians that to play on your album. You know what I mean? Especially when you do your own production, it just cuts down on cost. And if you got a studio in your house, you take that budget and you do what you got to do with it from a record company.
Right.
But see, like I say, if a company was on the up and up, man, it could be a beautiful thing working for a record company like that. But the game is just not is not layered like that. That's not what it was built on. It never was built on honesty. You know what I'm saying? And who was over music and who was over music in heaven? See, people don't even remember that.
And look, the lockdown part. It's when artists getting these contracts, and you may have a person you may want to do a song with, a friend that's maybe taken off, that's hot at the time. Maybe a hot artist reach out to you and want you to be part of a new song, single they're about to put out. And it speaks to this also. For those artists that travel around in different cities and do verses, or get paid to do verses for people, get paid to do videos for people, and haven't got the permission from the label. And see, a lot of us artists may not understand that it's permission that has to be asked.
Yeah, if you're on a label, you're damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? Me and my group was caught up in that early in the game where we just looked at it like publicly it'd be a good and big move. But this is limited. At the same time, the person may not do the video, which Black Youngster did do it. That was one of our first features. But some won't do the video. Some won't even post it on their page. And you start to understand that it's It's really a hustle because the artists are already not making a lot of money unless you show money. So that the verse money is extra money.
Exactly. Yeah.
But not to fault the artist, but I wonder how a big artist feels when they lock down like that.
They feel trapped, especially if they're a good or a great artist. You know, if you give an artist parameters, you're going to stifle their growth and their execution of being what you need them to be, which is an artist. And continue to be a good artist and a great artist. That's why I say it's imperative that you pay your artists well so they can want to work for you.
Yes.
It's imperative, man. You know, it's time out for all the okay, because I know the business, I can take your money, man. That's terrible, man. You know, and the crazy thing about it is, them people, they wouldn't want that done to them. So what makes you think that it's cool for you to do it to a young artist just because they don't know? Man, ain't nothing cool about that. You know, pay your artists, man, so they'll want to work for you. You know what I mean? A decent wage, not no slave wage, man. You know, even if you got to put them on a salary like Motown did, at least they're getting paid legally to do something.
Absolutely, man.
You know, especially if they real and they on the streets and they really trying to figure out a way to get out the game and do something, you know, better. Not necessarily, because there's a lot of illegal stuff that go on in this game too.
Oh, dear.
So you just have to pick and choose your battles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, when you look at things, it's more dangerous in the rap game than it is on the streets.
We doing more focusing on street work, you know what I'm saying, and not really what we call. It's hard for the game to balance because, again, when we put this persona over ourselves, hey, I'm a tough guy, hey, I don't play. The fans want to see that. What I see a lot of now, they want to see the art. A lot of artists are crashing out just because they'll get that attention.
And that's the only reason.
You know, I'm hearing our culture saying, man, they had a fight and a gun came out, but everybody ran, everybody punks. I mean, it's just certain things that I'm not understanding. I mean, if they pulled out a gun, I mean, I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what a person that's got any sense supposed to do. But common sense ain't common. Not in this day and age. Now, what we dealing with, it's not common. It's right there in your face. See, when the youngsters finally get it, some of them gonna be older than us. Because everything they want is fast. And everything that comes fast, you don't necessarily have time to think about it.
But that's what we signed a deal for, bro, to maximize on this, bro. Not to be here 1 year and die.
But that's the thing.
Or get shot, you know, to sell 1 million records. I may not live.
A label would rather that now. Because again, we talked about on the first episode, what they gonna do? They gonna take a policy out on you. And they're gonna get paid from you anyway. See, if they know you in that life, right?
Yeah.
So
your family don't know what you done signed, Mitch.
If you done signed something,
they don't know what's going on. How they gonna help you? You dead.
If you dead, you dead.
How your people gonna fight them? They don't know nothing about the game.
It's nothing they can do. It's nothing they can do. And they can get an entertainment lawyer, and they ain't gonna know what kind of lawyer to get.
Yeah. And they gonna get a portion.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Once they find out, what kind of bag we talking about. So don't worry about it. Look, don't worry about it. You don't even need no money up front. Say, I got it. Look, I was a fan.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, it go back to that pit shit you was talking about earlier.
And see, they got them policies. I forget the name of the policy, where you can get a policy and pay on it for a few years, and then after a few years you can borrow against the policy.
Yeah.
You can borrow the money against the policy. So guess what? That's more money for the person that's running the goddamn company.
Absolutely, dude. Because they try to get it by any means, bro.
So why you think some of these artists coming up missing?
My thing is, what for those that do sign the contract, what are they expecting? Why are you doing it?
Fame,
to maximize what you're doing, or
fame for the artist?
To get your music global. To get on the radio. To get on these playlists and really do your music, or does what the fans make you feel better to pay attention to? Because it seems like we're paying more attention to what the fans think and all that.
You talking about a young artist?
Oh,
or
yes.
You talking about?
Oh yes. See, to be at the top of the game now. See, back in our time, it was just about being hip hop. It was a free game. You could dress like you want. Hey, you could speak different. That was even better.
Yeah, because that was part of your expression.
You understand? Yeah, bro.
Right.
Bro, now, if you ain't stiff, and you have to stay stiff, bro. It's celebrated when you stay stiff. Even when you get out of jail. It's like we getting confused because we're not even listening to the music. We're looking at the story.
Yeah.
We're looking at the lifestyle.
Yeah, they have to see it.
Oh, yeah.
They have to see it.
In person.
And the saying, I got to see it to believe it.
Wow. And look where it got us, bro.
That's what this is. If they see it, they can believe it, even though they can lie to you purposely. It's a law against that. Obama put that in law.
Interesting.
He made it legal for the media, the mainstream media, mafia, to lie to us.
I'm going to look. It ain't illegal not to tell you.
What you mean?
Hey, bro.
But
I ain't got to tell you what I'm cooking up with. This rude.
Again, common sense ain't common no more. You see what I'm saying? These people, you can't make money off of common sense. That's at least that's what they think. Now, what I think and what you think, and what a few other people think that we deal with, they know that common sense can make money. You just have to use your mind.
Now, that don't mean that because even when you know the game, you learn the game and you start taking these meetings, you meet those expectations. That don't mean going in to demand nothing.
Well, you can't.
It is a certain way.
You don't have no leverage.
A certain way to talk.
Yes.
Because nowadays I hate to get simple like that, but that's very important to me, I think. Conversation.
Right.
Connection.
That's
what build relationships in the game.
Conversation rules the nation.
You don't even know how to talk. That's about how far you can go. Because sometimes, 80% of the time, I ain't gonna even say 90, relationships go stretch further than money.
Yeah. If the relationships last long enough. If the relationship is based on some type of integrity, it will last for a while.
And you know what? We're not going to sit on this podcast and say, no, man, they absolutely don't have no people in the game like that. So don't expect that. Say, bro, it's no such thing. They have good people everybody.
Yes, they do. Just as good as
whether people want to believe it or
they got good people out there, man. They do, but they get handled
the worst.
And they get blackballed.
Yeah,
so they end up being independent anyway. But knowing how that evil industry works, it helps you to navigate, but you don't want to become that system. No. See, most of the people that learn the evil game from that system, they take that evil game and take what they learn and do it to other people.
Because it was done to them.
Exactly. And that's not right. You got to change that shit, man. You got to change that shit. You don't. If you a person and you doing business, you don't want to be fucked over. Why you think the artists want to be fucked over? It makes no sense. You going against your own interest just because you can manipulate them and do some shit behind the scenes. That don't make you no man. That don't make you a smart man either. You just have to continue to keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. Now, what I do know is this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna,
dig that.
Everybody is here to do certain things.
Cook, Mitch.
Everybody not gonna do good. They wasn't put here to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't gonna do evil because they wasn't put here to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a learning ground. We have to go through this shit. This is not something we said, okay, I'm coming here. That's what they say, when we, before, we was here, we knew that we wanted to come to earth and be a part of helping the masses learn what they need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can go with that if that's what you think,
Mm.
But what I've learned in my short lifespan is this. There's two people in the world.
Mm.
People that show you what to do,
Judge.
and people that show you what not to do.
Facts.
If you keep it that simple, you'll be all right. Now, if you got integrity and you got morals, you're going to do a whole lot better than some people, than most.
Well, while y'all speaking on contracts, what should I be looking for? What kind of contract will be good right now, man, that Unk and Big Smoke and talking about?
I don't know, man. Because like I say, when you signing something, you thinking you talking to people that's got your back and got your best interest at hand, but they don't.
Real talk.
Even if you know what you want, even if you know what you're going there for,
it's gonna get tricky. You're gonna have to give up something.
You're gonna have to give up.
I'm not gonna even
something.
say it get tricky. You're gonna have to give up
it's
something.
A sacrifice.
Because they have no problem telling you what they want.
Exactly. No problem at all.
I even heard stories where, yeah, bro, we'll give you advance on any of these singles. Master's eye. Go eat master's eye.
And the more money
like
you
that.
take from them, the more money you owe them. If you done took $500,000 from them as an advance, what you think they're gonna make off of that $500,000?
3 times, 4 times more. That's why.
Oh yeah, it's interest. That's like credit cards. They send you a credit card in the mail, and up to $2,000 goddamn interest, 29.34%. Kind of goddamn fuckery is that?
Man, if the game's so tricky like that, especially right now.
Yeah, it's that tricky.
Say, bro, short term, non-exclusive, which means short term. So, hey, I could see if my team, your team could even emerge. We still have the same goals. We had the same vision. And I'd also say, add the option to it that we can extend this contract if I like what I like what I see, and also the results. But then in that option, both teams, me and that label, would have to agree to that. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So saying again, short term, non-exclusive, which means I'm asking a label to be my distributor.
Basically, the distribution.
But I continue to be the sole owner.
Yeah.
And director.
It's a distribution.
And how things are done.
Yeah.
I'll still be the owner.
Mm-hmm.
which
Soul
gives you
on
a big advantage over a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying big artists, because when you see them so big, it's only certain connection. When you sign deals with these labels, it not only the resources, it gets you in rooms
Mm-hmm.
that you probably couldn't get in on your own.
True.
It gets you a production manager. It gives you an infrastructure. It gives you a touring infrastructure. It shows you. That's what made it easy for Nipsey to understand what was going on, because, hey, I have everything right in my face right now.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is replace it with my people and put them up on game where I won't need them.
Mm-hmm.
All I need now is you to be a distributor. I really want you to be in partnership with me.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? But hey, if not, you don't see things my way, hey, we gonna keep working and keep pumping. Cause see, the bigger the numbers, the more they gonna come at you, bro. They just gonna come up with a bigger bag, bro. Cause they want part in, fam.
Yeah.
See, we chasing the money, wanting it too fast, so we accepting anything. Yeah, people like Young Thug that signed on the whole advance for $15,000 when he first started, bro. But that's from not knowing the game. It's not his fault. It's nothing to. And I was explaining to my son yesterday, okay, Justified, salute 4-5. Bro, instead of laughing at people's mistakes, go and talk to the ones that made those mistakes and see what they did wrong.
That's right.
Capitalize and upgrade on it.
You learn from them.
Cook with it and then serve it to the people.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish with it. You got a whole pot while you eat with one plate on the table. And you don't have to charge people to give them the game. I always said, God gonna bless me. I don't need the artist to bless me. My game is to be given because God has me doing this. For all the times we slip and fail, we crumble trying to make things happen. God is gonna make sure you straight, bro. It's not always about, hey, getting from a person to doing for a person expected something. There's too many people doing that, plus the labels. Let's be something better. I mean, you feel what I'm saying?
Be the business. I guess what you really saying. Be the business model you want to see.
Yeah, dog. When you walk through, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. And even be just to be more specific. It's like, say, bro. It's like, make it clear, bro. I'm not coming here to do business. I'm coming here to tell you and show you that I am the business. I am the business.
Yeah.
And it'll be smart for you to invest.
With the knowledge.
But not making no demands, but having the knowledge and knowing, hey, this is all my revenue. This is all the ways I can get paid. I have an understanding how this game is ran. See, going in there blind is like a blind date. You don't know who the hell you're going to meet.
That's right.
I mean, what they call that, bait?
That's a bait and switch.
Yep.
You know, they gonna bait you in and switch up the game when you reeled in.
And something that we got to mention, the feeling that they give you, again, when they pitch at these labels. Southside and the whole street team wearing t-shirt with your face on it. The music bumping in the back. Man, we've been fans, you know, all this. And you're so excited to do this deal because of the energy. I think sometimes maybe the energy takes away the thought of that it's a business. Because we enjoying the love.
Well, it's meant to be that way. That's getting blinded by the science of it.
Especially if we ain't getting love, because see, this is important too. Especially we ain't getting the love that we want from those that we want to get that type of love from.
Right.
It's okay for everyday person to love us, but certain people we look up to and we love, we want to feel like that.
Of course, we want them because those people mean something to us.
Yeah.
So we want them to feel the excitement
that
we feel. And I get that part of it. But you got to be, what I'm saying is, don't get excited over everything. Know what to get excited for.
Right.
You know, when you make your you step forward, and that step took you towards your goal. That's something to celebrate, and you say thank God for it. You know, and you keep going. Don't know what to get excited for. When you put goals in front of yourself and you reach that goal, that's something to get excited for. And a lot of the times when we go through those type of things as humans, we be like, hey, well, yeah, I'm excited for you too. And that's the thing. But when the record labels do it, it's manipulation. You see what I'm saying? It's manipulation. They trying to show you Disney World, and that ain't what that is. You know, when cats is renting jewelry to be on video shoots and renting cars.
Oh, that blew my mind.
You know what I'm saying? To be on video shoot. This is
bro.
Manipulation. This is the excitement that they showing the artists. But it's a facade.
No doubt. That's what they selling.
A facade, a mirage.
That's what they selling, bro.
You know? And you have to know that. If you know that to begin with, and you know the game and you want to go fuck with them record labels, then that's cool. But again, a record label is a bank. So basically,
you go old, baby.
Yeah, you gonna owe. I'd rather owe a real bank than owe the record company.
I got a question for both of y'all, man, because you know what? We all believe in the same religion, and it's just get this money and do it the right way. Southside, Big Smoking. When we speak of independent artists, who was the first, you think, and biggest independent artist ever in the game?
That's a hard.
Now, it's two different people. The first and the biggest.
That's a hard question to answer, because most of the companies that housed hip hop in the mid 70s to late 70s was independent labels. You understand what I'm saying? Sylvia Rome, I think, I don't know if that's her name. I better not say that. But at any rate,
now, eventually they signed deals, but when it came to independence, who can you speak on that did it big, did it first?
From this side, I'd have to say Rap-A-Lot. I'd have to say Rap-A-Lot.
I'd add on Master P also.
Well, P deal was epic.
30-some album, covers and everything ready.
Pen and Pixel. And the first time that shit had ever been done. You know, he
killing him.
Yeah, he that was a brand.
That boy did some straight and pulled out the iron board.
That was some brands, man. And he was pumping them out. He was really selling it like dope. Different types of dope he putting out on the street, and it's just music.
And who did it the biggest?
Jay-Z?
Even now.
You talking about
Jay-Z on the top of the game.
Dame Dash. Dame Dash is the mastermind behind Rockefeller.
Hey, I believe
Jay-Z
that,
was along for the ride, and he's the type of cat that he is. You know what I'm saying? When he say "I will not lose" on his song, that's exactly what he means. And he's going to do that. He's going to win at any cost. And it doesn't matter to him whether he got to do this or that.
No, bro.
He's
What
gonna.
about him?
Hammer is a different.
Different animal.
Yeah,
No joke.
Totally different.
Salute to Hammer.
Hammer is a real one.
From LA.
Biggest. That's what I was thinking.
Hammer, but see, Hammer wasn't independent.
Oh,
He was signed to Capitol Records.
See, sometimes it work for some artists.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it does.
You understand what
But
I'm
still,
saying?
Hammer went broke
He was-
trying to take care of all his people.
Hammer was a commercial success, bro. He was a master at making these type of songs.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has that master.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times labels want to recoup and make sure they make their money, to where they'll tell an artist after they hear what you applied to the cook up, they'll say, well, no, let's bring in some ghostwriters. Let's make sure we have a hit. Mind you, this hit may cost you $2, $3, $4, and even, I'm talking millions of dollars. Because see, these ghostwriters they getting, they similar to Young Bird, which is Hitmaker. They made millions of these songs. They just write. These the greatest of the greatest writers. This is to make sure that you put the nail in the coffin and we get our money back.
Mm-hmm.
You dig?
Right.
Now, we know you don't like it, but we need something that's going to move. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to have the understanding of, hey, P&L,
Mm-hmm.
profits and losses. So, hey,
Yeah,
what
you
it's
got
gonna
to
do?
put everything in perspective.
It's either going to get us this paper or it's going to sit still.
Mm-hmm.
And that's most the numbers, you know. Even lies,
that's all
bro.
it is. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's legal for them to lie to us on TV.
Yes, bro. Yes,
Because
bro.
they know that's what excites us. Why? Because that's what they put in front of us to excite us.
It's called content.
And it's called marketing, and it's called propaganda. It's
Oh,
called
man.
agenda.
Yeah, the content, man. I ain't tripping. It's just content.
But but you can like that content, but it's a consequence to liking that
Real
content.
talk.
There's a consequence
Real
to liking
talk,
that
bro.
content. But yeah, what we got going on for the end of this thing, man?
Well, last we gonna speak on very shortly about just public meltdown. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like, you know, the label is scaling back. You know, they really not fucking with you like that no more. You dig what I'm saying? And your career seems sabotaged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times if you don't look at you know, you get the slowest. You know, a lot of times we get emotional. We may stop doing music and not realizing it's a fan base still out there. Even when we release from contracts and we just give up because of how the business is. What is your thoughts on that and just the love for music and what could make you continue to do this shit and even do this podcast, Mitch?
Love. You if you don't love what you're doing, you're not gonna put your all in all into it. You got to love
That's true.
what it is you're doing. And anything that you love, you got to know that you're gonna have ups and downs in it. So you gotta expect, you know, some bad to come to you, some evil to come to you. But you got to know, you know, you got to be connected to God to be able to combat the evil and see it coming from a mile away. See, that's the key, being connected to the source. If you're not connected to the source, then everything that you see that's just, you know, eyeful, like everything is for attention. And we just said that, you know. So if your thing is to get attention, you can take a person's attention left, or you could take it right. You could take it wherever you want to take it. See, when I was working at TYC, this is the way that I communicated with the young brothers. I would dress like them, you know, go to work, polo, Jabos, Jordans, you know, jerseys,
Facts.
jewelry, things of this nature.
Mm.
But I also was telling them, I said, look, but I'm working here. I'm not hustling. I'm working here. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you want, you can work and get it yourself. You don't have to necessarily to just depend on rap is what I'm saying, man.
So many other jobs in the game.
Yeah, you can
Everybody
do
wanna
other
rap.
things. God didn't put you here to just do one thing.
No, fam.
It's just so many ways to make money in this game now. It's not pathetic. It's good. You just got to know how to use what's out there. You know, but man, the way that the social media got the youngsters, man, it's gonna be a difficult task. It's gonna be a difficult task to get them to not where we want them to be, but in a better place for them.
Absolutely.
We don't want them to be like us. We don't, and go through the same fucked up shit we went through. We want them to do better because they have better opportunities. But if you looking at social media and you following what social media is telling you to do, you worse off than you telling you what to do.
It's a fact, bro.
You got too many opinions in your face.
Oh, definitely. Listen to yourself sometimes.
You got to, man. If you don't have no connection, like I said, with the source, you don't have no connection with God, man, you're gonna have a lot of bad days until you figure it out. And that's just the bottom line to it.
And lastly, I've been hearing a saying of recent, difference between me and most of them is that they chose the streets. I was forced in them. And my last words is, that don't mean you have to stay in them. Last words, Big Mitch?
Man, be careful out there, man. There's a lot of people out there that's opportunists.
Most definitely.
And will do any and everything to put you in a pickle, put you in situations that you're not necessarily able to get out of. So be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there looking for trouble unless that's just what you about. And know this: if you're about that, you're not gonna be here very long, unless God say you're gonna be here very long.
Facts.
Like I say, my last words is: it's two people in the world: people that show you what to do, and people that show you what not to do. And it's best that you pay attention to both. This is Big Motion, man. Unk and Big Smoking, you dig?
Hope you enjoyed the episode, man. Tap in and hear about it on the back end, man. Next time we cook up, more game, more vision, more direction. You dig? Salute.
Right on.
Right on. Yep.
Like and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.